Hello everyone, my name is Ringtong Choi and my set ID is set5387760. I'm here with my group members Yunjia and Yuxing. We are excited to present the removal of issue notes in the United States from the 1800s to 1900s. Private banknotes emerged because the country lacked a national bank to maintain central authority. First, the first Bank of the United States closed in 1811. Then the Second Bank of the United States became a private bank in 1836. Thus, the free banking era began. In 1837, 18 states adopted the free banking legislation. In this era, anyone with sufficient capital was allowed to develop a bank and issue banknotes. Banknotes were traded at different discount rates based on the bank's reputation and proximity. Banknotes were secured by government bonds, thus, the depreciation of bond value could affect bank assets and lead to bank runs. If banks could not redeem their notes, they would liquidate their collateral to repay note holders. Let's look at the timeline. In 1861, a national currency called greenbacks were introduced to fund the war. Later, the National Currency Act allowed banks to issue national currency. In 1865, a 10% tax on private banknotes further reduced the issuance of banknotes. Now, I'll pass it on to Yunjia to continue with the next section.
Thank you. My name is Yunjia Liu and my ZID is 5620295. Now, I will continue with the timeline and the reasons for collapse. From 1865, the United States government passed a series of acts, gradually realizing the unification of the currency. So, the Federal Reserve has become the only institution to issue money. The reasons leading to the removal of bank issue notes are as follows. First of all, banks do not have enough gold and silver as reserves, and only issue notes backed by credit. And there is a phenomenon of notes overissuance, which makes banks face a run and bankruptcy crisis. Secondly, due to the lack of unified monetary standard, the forms of notes issued by local banks are different, and the lack of effective anti-counterfeiting measures makes the market flooded with counterfeit money. Finally, the lack of concentrated management and standards results in a more chaotic monetary system. At the same time, due to different state regulations, currency liquidity is not high, which greatly reduces transaction efficiency and improves the supervision difficulty of the entire money market. Now, I will pass it on to Yuxing to continue with the next section.
Thank you. My name is Yuxing Wang and the ID is Z5555494. And nowadays, Bitcoin is one of the most famous digital currencies and it solves several problems just mentioned. Let's take a look at the problem it solves one by one. As Bill said, Bitcoin is an electronic cash system that uses decentralized networking to enable irreversible payments. It's a uniform cryptocurrency and it uses algorithms to limit the number of releases to 21 million, avoiding risks like inflation and greatly improving anti-counterfeiting technology. Blockchain is distributed and immutable, making transactions transparent. Unlike traditional central servo, the decentralization of Bitcoin allows transactions to exist independently in the network, breaking regional restrictions. Because of this, Bitcoin also reduces many costs, such as the need to verify multiple currencies and can directly peer-to-peer transactions. Of course, Eric had said, Bitcoin also has some limitations like technology barriers, electricity costs. These problems are also being discussed and gradually improved. Overall, Bitcoin solves most problems well by decentralization, no trusted parties, peer-to-peer, and blockchains. That's all. This is HD Group presentation. Thanks for listening.